Hi, welcome back to O-Level Elementary Mathematics. I'm Christina here. Today we'll be going through a new topic, coordinate geometry. So in this video, we'll actually go through how to form a straight line equation, how to find a gradient, what is a y-intercept, and how to find the distance between two coordinate points. And also, I also will tell you more about the different types of lines that you can actually you usually face in this such questions. So this video is basically going through concepts, and in the following video, in the next video, we'll actually go through more questions that are pertaining to they are similar to the exam question itself. So without further ado, I will start today's video on coordinate geometry itself. So what is a straight line? What's a straight line equation that we usually write? Okay, so it's actually y equals to mx plus c. So y and x is usually your unknown, your variables, while your m and c is the constant. Okay, so what is c? C itself is the y coordinate, y-intercept coordinate. Okay, so it actually intercept here. Okay, if you look at this. Okay, so it's actually a y-intercept, and for m itself is the gradient, that is the gradient of the line itself. So it's important to know that how we usually go about finding how to find a line equation, equation of a line is usually written in this format: y equals to mx plus c. Okay, so it's so every time when you have a few formulas, a few numbers, you can always sub in the number into this equation and to form the proper equation. So what are the few points that is needed to form an equation? Okay, you need either there's two ways: either you have a gradient and one coordinate point. What I mean by coordinate point is that means you will know the x and y, and then you'll be able to sub in the equation here and then to form a equation. Or you can have two coordinate points, you can find the gradient and then c itself. Okay, so this will be further tested later on in the next video, where I'll give you some examples and you can try them on how to form a straight line equation. Okay, moving on. Gradient of a straight line. So gradient of a straight line is joined by any 2 points on the line itself. So in this case, it will be coordinate x1, y1, coordinate x2, y2. So the formula itself is something that you need to remember by heart, because it's important. This is one of the more important formula that you have to memorize, and it's not given in the formula sheet. Okay, so usually it's y over x. So what you do is that you use y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Just remember, the first number must always be the same for the top and the bottom. That means it must be from the same coordinate. What I mean by same coordinate means if it's from A, the top and bottom must be from A. The first number must be from A. Okay, so it's fairly simple. And they also have the gradient itself will actually tell you what kind of straight lines you will get. This straight line is actually has a positive gradient. In the following slides, I will show you a negative gradient, also gradient 0, and also undefined gradient. Okay, so for the first one, the different types of straight lines that you actually see. So the first one is actually the positive straight line, where m is more than 0. Okay, so you must remember how which way it slants. And then the next one will be a negative gradient line, where m is less than 0. Okay, so it will slant in another manner. Okay, so if you look at this, it's actually a negative number. Okay, moving on, where m is actually undefined, which means when you put in the gradient, here it could be some numbers, but here is 0. Okay, so it means that the equation of the line is actually x equals to a, because it's just a vertical line itself, vertical straight line. Okay, so whenever there's a vertical straight line, you must know that there's no c is equals to 0 and your gradient is undefined. Okay, the next one will be when there's a 0 gradient, where it is a horizontal line, where your c is equals to b and your m is equals to 0. and the equation of line will be y equals to b. Okay, this happens when gradient on top is 0 and bottom is a number. Okay, so just remember these four different kind of straight lines that that you can have, because sometimes questions will ask you to draw a straight line using the given information, and so it'll be important to know what you are drawing and how it looks like. Okay, especially sometimes when the questions can be very complicated, so it's important to know how it's drawn. Moving on, we will need to know how to find the distance of a straight line, which is the length between 2 points, point A and point B. And the given formula here is length of AB equals to square root of A minus x minus 1, x1 minus x2 square whole thing square plus y1 minus y2 whole thing square. So it's important to remember that in between them is a minus sign, and then in between x and y is a plus sign. Okay, a lot of students make mistakes where they actually put addition here, which is wrong. Okay, so just remember the square, the plus, and the minus. Okay, so in coordinate geometry, there's actually two most important formula to remember. One is the gradient formula, and also and the next one will be the distance formula. So with this, I've actually come to the end of the recap, the revision of what straight line equation is about. So just a short recap again. So y equals to mx plus c. Gradient, m is your gradient, where is equals to y1 minus y2 over x1 minus x2. Okay, and your c is your y-intercept, where the coordinate is 0, c. Okay, it's very simple. So hope you have managed to pick up some of the revision points, and without further ado, and with that, we've come to the end of this video. So hope you have learned something, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you. Bye.